What is going on, guys? I am Paul Meharry alongside Trent Smallwood. This is our call-in show. That's what we call it. Big game coming up for Georgia. Obviously, probably the biggest game of the year so far in college football. Georgia, Notre Dame, Trent Smallwood. Wow.
Huge game for just the fan base. Huge game for both teams. Top 10 matchup. Huge game for recruiting. It's a huge game all the way around.
Yeah.
Athens is going to be insane on Saturday.
I think it's already insane right now.
Oh, it would not surprise me.
There's like some reports out that right now Athens football is going crazy. Georgia, Notre Dame, Trent Smallwood. Wow.
How many people do you think is going to be there Saturday?
Huge.
In Athens, how many people do you think will be there?
I think they were projecting – so you have the crowd. You have the 93,000 or whatever number they're trying to reach. I think they're projecting 75,000 more.
So you're looking at 160,000.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Good luck getting places.
Oh, it's done. It's over. You're not going anywhere, bro. If you're not going to the football game and you live in Athens, you might as well just go ahead. Just treat it like snowpocalypse or something like that. Go ahead and get your bread, milk, your water.
And don't call an Uber because I can't get there.
No, surge rates are going to be crazy. I might put the old company car on the Uber, see if I can get it fired up for the weekend, and because they're already people from Atlanta, like Ubers and stuff like that. They're already like, yeah, I'm going to Athens.
It's crazy.
Going to Athens Friday night and just pretty much sleeping in my car.
It's the first time Notre Dame's come to Athens. It's and it's top 10 matchup, which makes it more of an impact. I think if both teams are not even ranked, it would be a big matchup just for the simple fact that Notre Dame's come to town. But for the fact that both teams are ranked in the top 10, This is huge. Game days in town.
Yep.
It's big.
So, did you learn anything from last week's game against Arkansas State? I'll kind of start you off with that while I'm trying to set up everything else over here. But what were your big takeaways?
Well, first off, I thought the defense played really well. Arkansas State is not a top-tier Division I team. They're also not a Division I AA team. They had put up 30 to 40 points a game. For Georgia to come out and just stifle that offense of the Red Wolves, that was impressive.
It was. What was the most impressive? Was that the most impressive thing to you?
There were several. I would say George Pickens and Dominic Blaylock were impressive. The Georgia's offense as a whole was impressive. I thought they, besides the two drives they stalled out and took field goals in the first half.
Yeah.
I thought that the offense looked very good.
What do you think about Stetson Bennett?
That was impressive.
It was.
After a week where he struggled.
I'll give it to him.
He was 9 for 10, and that incomplete pass was dropped.
Yeah.
It was the deep ball to Jalen Johnson.
Good point. Looks like we got a call coming in already, guys. Let's go ahead and answer that. Coming from the 620.
Good, pal.
Hey, how's it going? You are
Your
on.
daughter come to my house today, and
All right, somebody's prank calling us, guys. Unfortunate there. If you do have a real serious question, though, 620 UGA Talk, give us a call, and we will get your questions. I know we've got a lot to talk about on this show, though, just in terms of the pure hype around this game and the amount of recruits that are going to be in Athens. Trent, I know last show you said 19.5 was your over-under for states that were going to be represented. How do you feel about that right now?
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah?
I think it's going to be we might fall short a little bit just for the simple fact that Mikael Sherman has a game and he's not going to be there, so I'm not sure anybody from D.C. is coming. So, but you got all the states around here: North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, across the grid, all the California.
Yeah.
You just got them all. You got what's his name come from Utah, Big Sewell, and you got Washington coming from Vegas.
Yeah.
So you got all kind of states represented here.
I know we're going to talk about recruiting a little bit more. What was your first reaction when they said, hey, we're going to bring in 500 more seats? And they're bleachers, and they are extremely far from the field. But I think it's for recruits. Can you kind of put some clarification on that? I don't know we're going to know for certain until Saturday, but they are in an area where I think recruits would sit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be for recruits because you're not going to bring in. I mean, every
how are you going to sell those tickets?
every ticket has a seat number on it.
Correct.
Those bleachers from Clark Central ain't got no seat number on it. So I just think those are going to be for recruits.
Oh boy, Trent, let's go back to that Arkansas State game. The running backs. Wow.
Yeah, look.
5 deep.
Every one of them played good, but I was impressed with Kenny McIntosh.
5 deep, man.
That cut he made, I had to take a double look. I was like, is that DeAndre Swift?
Right.
I mean, that cut he made was impressive.
And to be honest, when Georgia was recruiting them, I thought there were better running backs on the board. I think they kind of maybe missed on their first or second target, but I wasn't a huge Kenny McIntosh fan. I didn't really like his tape a whole lot coming out of high school. That's just my personal preference. Trent might be different. But what we saw against Arkansas State shows that this running back corps is in good hands for a long time and will be. You got Kendall Milton committed. You're trying to get Zach Evans. It just shows you that the lineage is not stopping anytime soon.
No, and I think what helps is with a guy like McIntosh is having Swift, having guys like James Cook, Swift, all those guys who've been there, and Brian Harrion, who've been through it. They can help him out.
Right.
Swift can help him out with those cuts. Swift can try to help him be patient show his patience in the backfield, wait for his blocks. So I think that Swift's really it looks like Swift's really helped in that regard.
What were you looking forward to the most after that Arkansas State game in terms of looking at the PFF grades? Who was one guy? And thank you to PFF, by the way, for partnering with us, Rivals.com, UJSports.com. We get a ton of insight from those guys. Brent Rollins is on the staff over there. He's also on the staff over here. What was one guy that you wanted to look at immediately after the game? You're like, man, I want to see where he graded out.
Honestly, it was Lewis Seen.
Oh, we got a call.
Call from
Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, you are live with Paul and Trent. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. You've been leaving voicemails the past couple weeks. This is the right Brandon, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
you've been leaving voicemails.
You know it. T Brandon B on Twitter.
T Brandon B on Twitter, guys. Go ahead and give him a follow.
Thanks for taking the live call. Thanks for taking the live call. I'm down here at Champions. Just put in a couple of orders. We're going heavy on the app tonight.
I hear you. You're trying to get that sponsorship,
just give you guys a call. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just inked a new deal with them.
Oh, nice. I'm sure Josh is
Gotta
excited
shout
about
him
that.
out.
I'm sure Josh is extremely excited about that. What type of question you got for us tonight, T Brandon B?
Well, so what I'm thinking about is, anytime there's a big game like this, there's speculation. Is it going to be a blackout? People are already talking about the 14-point spread, talking about how they think Georgia's rushing game will match up against the rushing defense that Notre Dame has. And the whole time that I keep thinking maybe this game could be closer than what we think. Notre Dame's got some experienced linemen on both sides of the ball. And you got to think that their coaching staff, their players, everyone that's going to be traveling down here with them has been seeing for the past week or two, everyone saying how this game could be a blowout from Georgia. The last few times that we saw Notre Dame, they struggled against Louisville. They got beat by Clemson in the playoffs. The last time Georgia played them, we won. So I'm just thinking maybe this is going to be, or what Notre Dame would want to be, a statement game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Brandon, I think you're spot on with that. First and foremost, I do not think Notre Dame has had any type of hype coming into this game. I think ESPN is really loving the Dogs right now, which rightfully so. Biggest game in Sanford Stadium history, potentially. Some are calling it that. I think Notre Dame's a good football team, though. They're top 10. I mean, they're not going to come down here and roll over. You're not going to see a game like they had against Arkansas State last week. Ian Book's a good quarterback. He's a guy that can get it done, Brandon. What they're going to have a problem with, though, and what a lot of these national analysts have started to run with, and Trent, I know you've seen this as well, everybody's starting to talk about the size of Georgia's offensive line versus the size of Notre Dame's defensive line. So Georgia's offensive line averages 330 pounds, starters. Notre Dame's starters on the defensive line averages 275 pounds. It's about a 55-pound swing difference on average. And they've also they're 120th right now in the country in rush defense. I think that's going to be a huge problem for them, Trent.
You know, you look at games like that, and thanks for the call, Brandon. I appreciate the question.
Yeah, man.
You look at you got teams like Alabama and Clemson, and you're like, if somebody's like cheering Georgia up, saying they're going to wax Alabama, wax Clemson, I think this is totally different. I think this is different because I don't think Notre Dame has the horses that Georgia has.
I think that's what I think Brandon's saying, though. He thinks that they might. Is that right, Brandon? I still got you on the line, right?
Well, yeah. I'm still here. Sorry, the wait staff just came back over. I had to put in some fried jalapenos, you know.
He's trying.
You know, like you said, their quarterback is solid. They've got some decent receivers. They've got experience on the line. Yeah, the line is smaller, but are they going to be more agile? Can they move around a little more? I don't know. I think they have an opportunity to at least keep it closer than 14 points.
Well, Brandon, we're going to go ahead and hang up with you, but we appreciate you calling in, man. I know you're excited about your Champies deal that you just inked, apparently from the last show. So congrats on that, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Give my name at the door, and they will give you a free glass of water with any purchase.
Watch out, folks. T Brandon B on Twitter. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one, guys.
There's our man T Brandon B right there. He makes a good point, though, Trent. Not a lot of people right now are talking about Notre Dame.
And I think that's the one thing that Georgia has to watch out for is a sneaky Notre Dame game, a sneaky Notre Dame team coming into Athens. But I mean, I'm gonna be straight on. I studied the PFF grades today. I looked over what Notre Dame's done the first two games. They are not posted yet, but they're like 49th overall in PFF. You know, and they're 60-something in rushing and 70-something in pass D, and I mean it's just all the way down the board. It's just I'm not sure coming into Athens. I don't think this is a good time, and I think the media's got it right. This is not a good matchup for Notre Dame. They're not fast at linebacker. And Georgia's been doing a lot of speed sweep stuff like that. They're gonna have the linebackers running on skates all day across the field.
Yeah.
They've struggled in the interior line of the defense. They've struggled to run the ball.
Very much so, yeah.
So the recipe of beating Georgia is not having slow linebackers and not being able to run the ball.
Correct.
So I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to be close. If Georgia plays their game, I think Georgia covers that 14.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see Notre Dame, and it might be 14 by halftime, but I think Georgia beats Notre Dame by at least 17 points.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I really do think that the atmosphere, and people talk about home field advantage all the time, right? You talk about it, whether you're talking about the Miami Dolphins home field advantage, which is non-existent, or you're talking about home field advantage at Sanford Stadium. Folks have been hyped up for this game since it was announced back in, when was it announced? 2012, something like that. It's been a long time. Then they all went up, all the Georgia fans went up to South Bend and represented up there 2 years ago. Fans have waited a long time for a big premier matchup to be inside Sanford Stadium out of conference.
I'm not sure there is a bigger support system of a fan.
I don't think so either. I was thinking about
other
that today
than Georgia.
too.
I mean, you're talking about what other team? I mean, most teams have struggled filling their stadium.
Right.
You're talking about 160,000 people wanting to be in a $94,000. It ain't $94,000.
No.
A 94 or 96,000 seat stadium.
Right.
So, I mean, what other fan base is like this? And it's really amazing to think about it.
Think about this though. Georgia hasn't won a national title since 1980. I know Georgia fans obviously know
They're
that.
hungry.
They're super hungry, man.
Thirsty.
Super thirsty. Like, I cannot believe it's been almost 40 years now.
Look, and most people probably see it. Since I've been alive,
Yeah.
I didn't even see 1980, but since probably you either.
No, definitely
So
not.
since we've been alive, this is as close as Georgia's ever been,
True.
and this is why this fan base is up the way they are. They're up behind Kirby. They're up behind this team because Kirby's recruiting at an elite level. Kirby's putting an elite team on the field. They're coming prepared to play every game, and this fan base is behind them.
Speaking of fan base, let's get to these comments right here, and then I want to touch on the black jerseys because I got a hot take alert. But before we do that, let's take this phone
It's
call.
800, man.
It's 800.
From Geek Squad.
Yeah, I don't know why Geek Squad is calling us. We're going to decline that. If that was one of you guys, I'm sorry. Your number came up as Geek Squad, so we're not going to take that. But we'll save your question, not Yard. Black jerseys or no, we're going to touch on that. We're going to dive deep into that. James Schuler, thanks for coming back this week, man. He said deep into the third quarter and fourth quarter, the Dogs will run away with this game. And that's kind of what you were talking about, right, Trent?
I mean, yeah. Also, they're small on the defensive line and they don't have depth. I looked at their their snaps and everything today. They don't have a lot of depth on the defensive line. They play pretty much 3 linebackers. They don't rotate a lot.
Wow.
They got 3 safeties. The Georgia boy Kyle Hamilton is the third safety. Rotates in a lot.
True freshman.
He rotates in a lot, but other than that, they play their starters probably 90% of the steps. And
90. Yeah, you're gonna get worn down so quick against Georgia's offensive line, especially when they can run, rotate 5 different running backs in there. Mm. It's going to be really tough if you're playing 11 guys 90% of the time. The odds aren't in your favor. Mary and Steve Klosser Miller, that's a long name. How you guys doing? They said, I would love to see black, as in the black jerseys. We'll get to that. James Schuler, 41-17 Dogs. I don't know. I mean, I want to drink the Kool-Aid. I want to be where you're at, 41-17. I think that Georgia definitely has the potential to be there. Also, it's Georgia. We've seen these type of games before, Trent. We saw it against Alabama when Georgia ran out there in the black jerseys and got smoked. We've seen this game before. So that's why I'm looking back like 41-17. I can see it, but I want to see it first, if that makes sense, James.
Have you ever, besides Ole Miss, his first year, you haven't seen that from Kirby?
True.
That's the one thing.
True.
And that was on the road.
Yeah, but again, it's still Georgia, though. It's just like the curse of like the Chicago Cubs when they couldn't win a World Series. It didn't matter who was there. They weren't going to win one. That's kind of how I look at it.
When's the last time Kirby lost a home game?
I couldn't tell you. Has he?
Well, he lost to Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. True.
But he hasn't lost a home game since that year. He didn't lose one last year.
Has he had Notre Dame come to town?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
But is Notre Dame better than Auburn?
Potentially. This year, I think so, yeah. I think Auburn's about to go down a massive hole of losses pretty soon, but I see where you're coming from.
I just struggle.
I saw you roll your eyes. I see where you're
coming from. You put Notre Dame in this conference in the SEC, they're no better than 8-4.
Yeah, but they're also going to recruit at a much higher level if they can put the SEC behind their name.
Maybe.
We'll move on. Mary and Steve says Indy Rush D is ranked number 127.
I've seen that stat, and I also want to say that's
wild.
That's kind of crazy, but it's also kind of skewed in a way. I'm not going to say totally, but who are they playing last week? North Dakota State or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Or New Mexico State.
New Mexico.
New Mexico State. They were only averaging 3 yards per carry or something until they busted out a 60-yard run and a 50-yard run, I think, late. So I wouldn't say that. I know they gave up a ton of yards per carry, but it was 2 big runs late against probably not the first team D. So
here's something too, probably that didn't register for me until just now. Notre Dame played that first game against Louisville, 135-17. That game was a lot closer than a lot of people thought. Then Louisville shot themselves in the foot.
Louisville shot themselves in the foot a lot. Especially early in the game, they had a lot of opportunities to move the ball, get in the end zone. They get it done.
Then it looks like they had an off week. They did. So they played 9-2 September 2nd against Louisville. Then they played New Mexico 9-14. So they had an off week in between there.
Oh, they played on that Thursday. Was it Thursday night?
Oh, was that Thursday? Okay, my bad. But anyways, big game coming up, and Trent, got a couple more questions here before I want to touch on the black jerseys, but I want to build anticipation for that. 54-17, Dogs on top. Colby Ellis, thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Dogs win 1. Kudos to the set design. Y'all in Roddy's closet. We're close. We're in my spare bedroom in my new house. We're getting it together. The walls will come together. I've got a Todd Gurley Rams signature jersey framed. I'll put up because Todd was one of the main guys that really got me into watching running backs and studying film and stuff like that. So. Go Dogs says, this is a good question. He says, if Tyson Campbell is out, who gets to start opposite of Stokes? You want to go first, Trent?
I mean, I think you're going to see DJ Daniel and Tyreek Stevenson play. And I think you're going to see them play either way.
Yeah.
But I do think if Tyson Campbell gets to go, that he's been really good. I mean, he was really good until he got hurt last week. I think he's been really good this season. According to PFF, he's been the number 1 corner for Georgia this season, grading out. So, I think Tyson's your number 1 option, obviously. But if he can't go, I think you're going to see DJ Daniel probably start, but Tyreek Stevenson's going to play.
What was it last week that I know you did the snap count, Trent, and sorry to put you on the spot here. They had 6 corners they were rotating in, right? So they had Tyreek, they had DJ, Tyson got hurt, but he played. He started. Eric Stokes, and there was 2 more guys. And it's not popping up in my head.
Amir Speed was one of them that came in late.
There was another guy too, and I can't think of it. But they were rotating 6 guys. They all did really well.
I mean, you got Devod Wilson and Mark Webb.
Well, yeah.
So
let's try to answer this one.
Call from customer experience. Your call may be monitored.
Well, I don't know why that was Geek Squad again, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, Alan Riles says, we win Saturday. Trent, are we getting Sewell? Boy, he just threw out a declaration there. We win Saturday, as in Georgia, I assume. And then he says, are we getting Sewell?
I think Georgia's got a very good chance to get Sewell.
Whoa.
Very good.
I wish I had a button like a boom button. Maybe I can make that for you for the next time. Would you like
our Jake Roos over at UGAsports.com went
Who's
out.
that?
The Rooster.
Oh, yeah, him.
You know, he's that guy you find in the woods.
Oh, yeah. What up, Jake? I know you're watching right now.
Probably in the woods.
In the woods.
You won't.
Oh, here's a 706 number. This is real. We'll take this.
Call from
Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man? It's Paul and Trent. You're on the live call-in show. How's it going, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. You a subscriber over on UJ Sports?
Not yet.
And we got a crazy deal going on right now. I'm gonna plug it before you ask your question, if you don't mind. $49.99, guys, and then we send you a $49.50 gift card to the UGA fan shop. You get the first year for free. Just shouting that out there, Kevin. But what's up, buddy? What's the question you got?
Hey, since this is Georgia's first true test, do we think they're going to shorten the rotations, especially at the running back position, and maybe down to 3 running backs? And as an addendum to that, do we see James Cook get more touches this week?
That's a good question, Trent. I'll let you take that.
I think you're going to see more DeAndre Swift, obviously, especially early in the game. I think James Cook's role separates him from the other backs of how much he plays, because he plays such a different position than the other 2 or the other 3.
Yeah.
I think he's going to still be in the game on those situational type end arounds. I think he's going to be one of the big factors in the game, especially he's going to have opportunities to kick return, and he's going to have opportunities in the run game. So I don't think that you're going to see. I think you might see a little bit less. You're not going to see McIntosh obviously early. You're probably going to see more DeAndre Swift, and then those second tier carries is probably going to be split between White and Harry, and what I would say.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a really good question, Kevin. I think it does get one of those times where you pretty much go with 3 running backs.
Well, I think everything's going to get trimmed down when you
you
get Swift as the number 1 guy, which is obviously the number 1 guy. When he starts getting more than 8 carries a game, Obviously, it's going to trim down a little bit behind him.
I hope so, man, because I do those PFF grades on Sunday. Last 2 weeks, Kevin, Kirby's played 40 guys on offense and 40 guys on defense. That's 80 if you're not good with math, like me. Kevin, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got anything else for us, boss?
No, I just was interested on your take on that. Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Yeah, man, take it easy. Go over to ujsports.com, sign up, and then send Roddy a DM, and he'll shout you out. So thanks for it, man. Looking forward to this weekend. Have a good one. Thanks for calling in, Kevin. We will keep the phone line open, guys. Why not? Who cares? We want to talk to you guys as much as possible. So 620-UGA-TALK, 620-UGA-TALK. Can we talk about black jerseys now?
I mean, you can talk about them all you want to.
Guys.
It ain't happening.
Okay.
It ain't happening.
Okay.
It ain't happening.
Georgia is why is Geek Squad we're going to have to block Geek Squad's number. Who is calling from Geek Squad? Who's ever working at Best Buy tonight wanting to call in, call us from your cell phone, okay? What are Georgia's 2 primary colors?
Red and white.
Trent, what are Georgia's 2 primary colors?
The red jersey with the silver breeches. That's all you're going to see on. That's all you're going to see.
I'm going to answer this question myself then. There are 2 primary colors are red and black. They have songs like Who's That Coming Down the Track, The Meme Machine in the Red and Black.
Well, I understand what the colors are. I mean, I'm not stupid. I can see the jersey on the screen.
Okay,
right
I was just making sure. I wanted to get that clear before I went off on my
Kirby
rant.
Smart is not wearing black in the most in this game. In this game, he's
Why?
not. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay, so there's some,
now the fans can wear black if they want to, because I mean it does look good in the fans.
yeah.
But I don't see them coming out. But if they come out in black, it will 100% surprise me.
But here's the thing, dude. Like, why? I guess the only argument that people have that don't want the black jerseys, well, there's 2 arguments. You have one from the older crowd, I guess you could say, past 35 or 40. Okay, fair enough. Past 35 or 40, so like, your dad, your grandfather, your mom, your grandmother, those people, for whatever reason, don't want to see Georgia wear black jerseys. Tradition, whatever, cool. The other people are so deathly afraid that these black jerseys have some godforsaken curse on them due to the Alabama game that you do not want to see your team wearing one of its primary colors. Picture this, guys. Listen to me for 1 second. I'm ranting right now because I think that they should wear black jerseys. I think that the black jerseys should be in a rotation. I don't think that it should be like, oh, man, we should wear them for this game. Oh, man, are they going to come out with black jerseys? Oh, my God. I talked to, like, the 4th-string corner, and he said, like, they had black jerseys. We know they have them because the recruits wear them all the time. The recruits love them. Okay, Trent. For one, this is your biggest recruiting weekend in the Kirby Smart era ever, all time, probably all time. If Kirby stays here for another 30 years, this might be the biggest recruiting weekend ever.
Look, I'm not against it.
I know, Trent. You just happen to be sitting next to me right now, and I'm going off, dude. So let me do my thing.
Hey, I'm not against it. Do the black jerseys look good? Heck yeah, they look good. The black jerseys look good. I mean, if you brought up black helmets, they look good. But I'm just saying, I'm not sure Kirby Smart changes that for this game.
That's fine, but listen to me.
He's been at Alabama all these years. He's preached heard Saban. He's under Saban, wearing that daggum number on their helmet every single game of their career.
Sports are for entertainment, right?
Oh, I understand.
Okay,
and the black jerseys would be a hit.
The black jerseys would be.
And I would love to see it.
And guess what, dude? These players have worked their asses off. Thank you, Travis. Time to reward them, man. They want to wear black jerseys. When they were being recruited at Georgia, guess what? One of the first things they did when their photo shoot was wear black jerseys.
And I think it would be great for guys like, I mean, we don't know if this is Jake Fromm's last year. I mean, but a guy like Jake Fromm, a guy like DeAndre Swift, who's meant so much for this university.
You had a class, the last class, the senior class, never wore them, right? I'm almost positive that last year's class never wore them. I'm almost positive on that.
I don't know.
I'm almost positive.
I don't remember the last time they were worn.
I don't even remember the last time they were worn. But think about this, guys. If you're going to the game, you're dropping $700 on a ticket, 8 o'clock, CBS.
Throw the black jerseys on.
Throw the black jerseys on, and guess what, Trent? You throw those red LED lights around there.
And we're going to play some Soulja Boy.
Boom. We got a call coming in. I hope you're on the black jersey side. If you're not, we're going to hang
Call
up.
from
James.
James, how's it going, man? Paul and Trent live with you here. Are you in favor or not of the black jerseys, brother?
Man, I don't care what color jerseys we wear.
Preach it.
There is no outcome on the ball game.
Preach it, brother. Keep going. We're standing up in the back pew. Keep going.
Well, I tell you, we can wear black, we can wear silver, we can wear red. It don't matter. Now, I do like the look of the black jerseys. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not superstitious like other fans are.
Why would you be? If we're talking about, listen here. If we're talking about this has never been done with Kirby Smart, or Kirby Smart doesn't lose home games, then why are we still worried about what happened when Mark Richt was here and the black jerseys were worn with him?
I think it's fan scared syndrome.
Yeah, it's a superstitious type thing, man. That's all it is. It's got to be, right?
It is. I mean, this is the thing I don't understand is we're in a different era right now in Georgia football. I mean, this university has, as far as this football team, has stepped up to a whole different level.
Yep.
than what we've ever seen before. And I mean, even in the Richt era, I wasn't scared about any kind of jerseys. It's just the product that we put on the field.
The product on the field.
So as far as the jerseys goes, I don't care. The only thing I don't want to see is the Power Ranger uniforms ever again.
Those were hideous. Those were super hideous, bro. You're exactly right.
The only thing that I want to see is Georgia line up in the I formation and run it straight up the center's butt 200 times a game.
Hey, run the ball, Lobo. Hey, man, we appreciate you calling in, man. I'm glad I'm not crazy, bro, because, I mean, the black jerseys would be a phenomenal hit. You want to talk about impressing Noah Sewell? You want to talk about impressing all these 5-stars that are coming, that you're going to put them in black jerseys for their photo shoot? Guess what? You run out with the team. Here we go, right here. Listen to me now. You run out with the team in red for practice. Everything's chill. You're getting to your seat. You got a little buzz on. About 7:45. Guess what? Boom. Them dogs come back out. They're in black. The stadium turns red. You telling me that's not going to bring a little bit of juice?
Oh, man. You might bring the stadium down.
That's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying.
It would be incredible.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't think they're going to do it. But if they did, I mean, it would be epic.
It would be epic. Last question for you, brother. Final score for this weekend's game. And we appreciate you calling in, too, by the way.
It's 41-17, guys. Look, I mean, I hear a lot of people, say, "Oh, nobody's giving any talk to Notre Dame. Nobody's talking about Notre Dame." Well, that's for a reason. I mean, it is what it is. Facts are facts.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can talk it up all you want. You got an offensive line that outweighs a defensive line by 50+ pounds per player.
Yeah.
That's just it's and I realize that Arkansas State is Arkansas State, but we basically we're going to outweigh Notre Dame the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have players to just beat on players, and positions across the board. Georgia's dominant over Notre Dame. I mean, it is just what it is. Yeah, they're going to be fired up to come in Sanford Stadium, big time lights. They're used to it. Okay, throw all that out. So, I mean, late third quarter, fourth quarter, this game's going to be a blowout. I mean, it is just what it is. Those boys ain't going to be able to handle it. And Georgia's going to walk away impressing the nation and giving everybody something to talk about. On Monday morning, all the pundits are going to say, let's throw Georgia up to number 2, maybe number 1. So it is just what it is. Dogs are going to roll. You guys have a great night. Go Dogs.
Hey, thanks for calling in, brother. Take it easy.
You know, I agree with him, and I as far as the black jersey, I don't really care what they wear. It's black or red. You know, it's yes, black would probably bring the stadium down.
Of course.
Like it did against Auburn back with Soldier Boy. It was 2008 or 2000. I don't even know when it was. But
somebody told us too, by the way, black jerseys last worn on November 19, 2016 against Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, that was
Kirby's first year.
They wore them at the one time previous to that was the Alabama game.
Yeah, but
so they won.
That was super.
So Kirby's
hype.
1-0 in them.
Yeah, that was super hype wearing them against Louisiana Monroe.
But the thing that's Kirby. He's not trying to create no fake juice, and I think it's all. I think
fake
it's
juice.
I think it's all in. It has nothing to do with the fans and what the fans. I think he's not trying. He's trying to keep his team from being overhyped, and I don't see. You know, this is a situation where you come out in pregame red. They don't even know they have black. Go back in the locker room black, and they did that same thing against Auburn, and it worked. It created that juice, but I think Kirby's one thing. Worry is overjuiced and.
We got two guys in the comments section. Travis is on one side of the spectrum. He says the thing is, it shouldn't be a huge deal wearing our team's colors. At the end of the day, it has no outcome on the game. Just wear them so the whole issue will die down. Then on the other side of the spectrum, you have Colby Ellis. Wear red. That's Georgia. I love the black jerseys, but this is the biggest game in Athens in history. Represent the red. Well, you got the red helmet, bro. All I'm saying, man, is if you want to impress recruits, you want to get your guys fired up, which they don't need, like you said, they don't need any fake juice, but I don't really look at the black jerseys as fake juice. We're going to quit talking about the black jerseys here in just a second, guys. But it's been a really hot topic all week. The UJ Spike Squad, everybody's saying we're wearing black. So I would imagine the fans are probably going to be, 65% wearing black, probably 35% wearing red and white. So you're going to have a lot of fans in black. And I understand if you don't want to announce you're going to wear black jerseys. Obviously, they're not going to. They would have announced it, a while ago. But if you come out in black jerseys with that red LED going, if I'm Notre Dame, man, I'm crapping my pants, dude.
No doubt about it.
It's over. You want to talk about fake juice? Well, guess what? Fake juice towards Notre Dame, because if I was Notre Dame, if I was one of their guys, stadium turns red. First off, it looks like we're in some type of stormtroopers thing in Star Wars. I don't know what's going on.
Chris Conley back.
Right. And then Georgia warms up in red and then comes back out in black jerseys. Bro, you might as well. My hamstring went out, man. I ain't playing this game.
I mean, it would be insane. But, on to what really matters is the 4 quarters that's happening on Saturday night.
Very true. Travis says, and the best running backs in the country. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Alan says UGA to number 2. I could see it. Kind of talking about rankings for a second, I do want to talk about that. We got a voicemail we're going to get to, and then we'll probably wrap up the show here in a little bit. Clemson ain't played nobody. Clemson ain't gonna play nobody, Trent.
Well, Clemson's played their best team they're going to play. Texas A&M. But they got them at home, and they got them on the road last year. So, Clemson's in a good spot, I'd say. They're in cruise control until – They're really in cruise control until South Carolina.
And even then –
but it's bad. Your 2 toughest opponents are probably from the SEC this year.
Yeah.
And, the ACC is bad. You got undefeated Syracuse losing by 40 to Maryland.
And then Maryland
gets beat by
20 or something
Temple.
Like that. Yeah.
Temple. I didn't even know Temple had a football team. I thought it was just basketball.
On now. That's where Jeff Collins came from. The culture, baby. Georgia Tech. The culture. What is it? 404, the culture?
How'd they feel?
Oh.
Temple beating them, and then Tech losing the Citadel.
Yikes! Yeah,
ouch.
that was tough for those guys up there in the trade school on North Ave.
Yeah, but I think as far as rankings, it's Georgia's got to take care of business. I mean, that if they play like they're capable of playing, they're going to be in Atlanta and they're going to meet Alabama at 12-0, and whether Alabama's 12-0 or not,
LSU
better find a running game.
Yeah,
because. And a lot of people say, they're averaging so and so. They're 108th or something in attempts running. They're 107th or somewhere around there, hundreds in yards per carry.
Yeah.
That's going to get you beat in the SEC. You can't throw it 45 times a game and keep winning.
Yeah.
especially against teams that can lock down them corners.
Guys, just remember, we put it in the chat just now, but right now, until the end of the Notre Dame game, 50% off UGAsports.com. You pay $49.99. Guess what? We're going to send you a gift card for $49.50. So you paid 49 cents for a whole year of UGAsports.com. We've got the forums over there, guys. The dog vent, the vault for recruiting. Guys, we're always on there talking. Trent's up until 4 in the morning typing on the forums over there, giving you guys insider information.
You won't see me there at 4 in the morning.
But, guys, literally 49 cents because we're going to send you $49.50 back in a gift card for the UGA Fan Shop. If you need a black shirt, just saying, you need a free membership to UGA Sports pretty much. They kind of tie together. Let's get to this voicemail right quick that we had come in a couple days ago, Trent.
Okay.
Trent, gun to your head, man. Who fills the last 6 spots, and do Justin Robinson and Nazir Stackhouse stay in the class?
First off, that guy wanted to put a gun to your head, Trent.
I mean,
I almost didn't play it. Very, very rude. I'm kidding. But no.
I mean, you said this call came in 2 days ago. You could have prepared me for that a little bit.
Right.
I mean, just call me out on the spot. 6 spots. I mean, who's gonna be in?
Why don't you give I do two
think,
and then
I do think Justin Robinson, Nazir Stackhouse will be in this class as of today. I mean, Justin Robinson is a very, very good receiver. At 6'4", he can 38-inch vertical. I mean,
I really like him. I really like him, Trent.
He told me a couple weeks ago when I went and saw him play that Cortez Hankton was looking for those tall receivers on the outside. You can see it. Then they got Pickens and Landers playing on the outside with what do they got? They got
D-Rob. They got Tyler
Simmons. I'm talking about the outside.
Matt Landers, Lawrence Cager.
Oh, Cager. You got 3 or 4 6'3", 6'4" guys out there. Of course, Tommy Bush is hurt, but you got some big bodies out there, and I think they're looking for big bodies because it takes that these days. You playing against those 6-foot corners who I mean, will just stonewall. You see what Georgia's cornerbacks are doing to these guys like Arkansas State. I mean, they're basically just punishing them on the line of scrimmage.
They're getting bigger and bigger every year.
I mean,
too.
Georgia got a pass interference call, and I'm not sure the guy even got off the ball. I mean, I don't even remember who it was, but he jammed him so hard at the line of scrimmage they call it pass interference. It's insane. But you got to have those big wide receivers to compete, and I think Justin Robinson brings that. On to the who do I think will fill the last 6 spots?
Just give 2, and then the other 4 you can post on the vault over on UGA Sports tonight. Because you already have your class prediction up.
I'm going to go with Keely Ringo.
Wow. You're going to make another big name splash right here. I know you are. What's the other big name? Keely Ringo.
Darnell Washington.
And the other 4 are going to be over on UGAsports.com. Trent's got his class prediction pinned up top on the vault. Make sure to check it out, guys.
And only 2 of the other 4 are 5 stars. So.
Only 2. Keely Ringo, Darnell Washington. I did a story over on UGAsports.com. That's where I write stories. Jake was able to interview Darnell Washington's coach and mentor. Really, really, really good article on Darnell. Kind of showing a background on him, showing who he is as a person, how he's been raised, things like that. Really good article over on Darnell. I think he's a matchup nightmare at tight end. I don't think we've seen a guy like Eric Gilbert and Darnell Washington come out in the same class, which is amazing, and Georgia's in position to get both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those 2 guys right there, and I know Gilbert's the kid from in-state, but as far as Georgia's offense, Washington fits that offense so much better. I mean, he's that, and Georgia's flexing their guys a lot more this year, and Gilbert could fit, but he wants to play flexed out all the time. And Georgia just don't play like that. They're going to get in that power mode where they're going to shove it down your throat. And a guy like Darnell Washington reminds me a lot of Leonard Pope.
Yeah.
I think he moves a lot better than Leonard Pope as far as agility wise, but as far as the physical stature of Pope, he looks a lot like him.
Travis been commenting a lot tonight, guys. He said Ringo, Sewell, Washington. Johnson, Birch, Walker, and Evans. You want to talk about ending the class on a high note? Good Lord, Travis.
I don't even know how many commits Georgia got.
I think that they have room for 8, not 6.
No, they don't have room for 8.
No?
They can't take more than 23.
So 7? They have 16 right now.
7.
They can take 7.
Yeah, they took 2 grad transfers this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Count tour numbers this year.
All right, guys. Somebody asked who is Bulldog Bob. Go Dogs. He says, I am a member. That's why I want to know. Nobody knows who Bulldog Bob is, man. I'm looking at you dead in the eyes, brother.
I mean, I don't know.
He is
the man,
but he's also connected heavily, been vetted for like 20
How's
years.
he connected heavily? We don't know.
Nobody knows, man.
But we appreciate his services.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, baby.
Trent, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Guys, if you're watching, can you please hit that like button for us and also that subscribe button? Really helping us out, getting these subscribers over on YouTube. We're trying to branch out from the site, get YouTube involved as much as possible, get you guys involved as much as possible with your questions, your calls, stuff like that. If you could, give us a like and hit that subscribe button if you're not already a member at UGA Sports. Right now is the perfect time to sign up, guys. $49.99. You get $49 back in gift cards. Super great deal, just in time for Notre Dame. Going to have a ton of coverage on the site on Saturday. I think we had something ridiculous like 25 pieces last week for Arkansas State.
And then there's going to be a lot more recruiting stories this weekend.
Tons of stuff coming at you guys. Right now is the perfect time to sign up. I love pushing promos for the site. Right now, this promo is stupid, crazy, good, not going to last forever. You're literally paying 49 cents for all that insider information. Trent, before we wrap it up, man, score prediction, offensive and defensive MVP. Or no, not MVP. Offensive and defensive guys you think will shine.
38-14, George Pickens on the offense. I'll go with I'm going to go with Eric Stokes on defense.
You think George Pickens becomes a household name after this
George
weekend?
Pickens,
He's already a household name in Athens and, around here, but
he is
national household name.
He is your best receiver. He is going to go through his ups and downs as far as he might draw a couple penalties. He's probably going to get unsportsmanlike conduct every once in a while. You have to deal with freshman mistakes. He's your best receiver. He's got to be on the field. You got to get him the ball. That's it.
Colby Ellis says, would you rather have Hot Rod Saturday or George Pickens? You can only have one.
Hot Rod?
Yeah, you can only have one.
George ain't going to need Hot Rod.
Damn.
I mean, I just don't see it. It ain't going to be a game that comes down to Hot Rod.
So you're taking Pickens then?
I would take Pickens. If I had to pick fantasy or draft right here, that's
right.
George Pickens over. Now, there's going to be games where I'm going to have Hot Rod's foot in the game.
Right.
But today, it is George Pickens.
I'm going to go – I need to send my prediction into Roddy, so I need to make sure this calibrates with that.
Don't you always copy me, son.
I don't even see your prediction.
We talk about it here.
Oh, true. But I don't listen to you half the time. My bad. So the spread's 14, Trent. I think Georgia puts up a ton of points. 42. Did you please tell me you didn't say 42?
No, I said 38.
Okay. 42. 10.
Ooh.
Offensive MVP for
Notre Dame's
me.
gonna need their kicker at least one time.
Yeah. Offensive MVP for me, DeAndre Swift. I think this is his game he shines.
I think he goes for a 150.
Oh, yeah. Defensive MVP for me, Tyler Clark.
Man, that is a joker that has been playing good football.
Stepped his game up 10 times.
I mean, he has impressed me. Him, Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah. Man.
Not even Jordan Davis hadn't played great up to this point. I mean, he's played good, but he hasn't played great up to this point. I mean, he hasn't stood out. But Tyler Clark and Devontae Wyatt have owned that middle. And then you got guys like Malik Herron and Trayvon Walker and guys coming at that 5 tech out there.
Yeah, and you got the outside backers.
If they can continue to get play from Jordan Davis, Michael
Tyler
Barnett's played good. Jordan Davis, Michael Barnett, Devontae Wyatt, Tyler Clark. You get solid play to those 4, Georgia's going to be in the college football playoff.
Oh, yeah. I think Tyler Clark is going to have one of those games where NFL scouts start really taking a serious look at this guy, saying, oh, man, he might be a late bloomer. Tyler Clark has been playing out of his mind. I think he's going to do it again against Notre Dame. What did I say, 42-10? I guess I'm going to have to stick with it. I just don't see Georgia's defense giving up a ton of points. I really don't.
I mean, Ian Book's going to create some plays, but he can't create that many plays. And I think Georgia's going to come after him. Georgia's going to put pressure in his face. Georgia's pressure has been impressive. They are one of the top 10 teams in the country after being terrible last year in creating pressure.
Yeah.
And I give a lot of credit to Dan Lanning, the new defense coordinator, because he has brought a little bit different type personnel groupings in there.
Yep.
And I give a lot of credit to the guys like Nolan Smith, Azeez Ojulari, Jermaine Johnson, who wasn't last year, and the defense line's getting some pressure. So Devontae Wyatt had 6 QB pressures all year last year and is already over 10 this year. So it's just been an impressive start of the year. I think they have to continue. They have to show it against a good opponent. A lot of people don't know what Georgia is right now because they have beaten up on 3 not very good teams.
Yeah.
But just looking at this football team as a whole, I think they're pretty dang good.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get over to UGAsports.com, talk to us on Twitter. You know where to find us. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all the calls, all the comments. Travis, you are MVP tonight. Travis Baltzeger. You're the MVP tonight, man.
NBC.
Most valuable commenter. You took it home. We're starting it tonight. NBC goes out to Travis. Thanks for all the calls coming in, guys. Going to be a wild, wild Saturday. Enjoy it. This is what you guys have been waiting for so long as Georgia fans, for a big-time opponent, non-conference, to come into Georgia, 8 o'clock kick, under the lights. It's what you've been waiting for. Enjoy your Saturday, guys. Drink responsibly if you're going to. Get an Uber home. We want you guys to come back next Thursday and talk to us about Georgia's big victory.
If you're trying to drive home, you ain't going to be going nowhere anyways with 160,000 people on the road. So
Right. Yeah, so
just don't burn down Athens.
Don't burn down Athens. No couches on fire. Act like you've been there before.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks, guys.